rolling down. We're going to start with a lot of movement today. And a lot of breath.
I know my soul believes, but we're running out of time.
A little faster. More breath in. And more exhale. Taking your thumbs to your heart. Step a little wide and just start swaying. Let your arms swing. Big breath in. Exhale. Big breath in. Exhale. Big breath in. Exhale. Big breath in. Exhale. We're circling over. Down side. Breathe out. And over. Down side. Bring it up. Just swim those arms back. Walking in space. Start to lift your legs. And side to side twist. More breath. Arms up. Take it lower. Side to side twist. Come center. Exhale. Bounce those arms, legs down. And big breath up. Exhale. Roll your chest down and open up your chest and sway side to side here. Brushing your hands on the side to the floor. Let your whole spine just soften. Let go. Bring those arms around. Let it be super soft. Hands on the side. Lift your legs behind.
Lass die Zeit doch einfach stehen. Das ist der Eindruck, der entsteht, wenn ich Zeit verstreichen sehe.
Roll those shoulders back. Walking in the center.
Der Rhythmus ist der Takte macht. Uhren gehören abgeschafft. Warum schaust du so angestrengt zur Uhr auf deinem Handgelenk? Was versehens
Bring it up.
Ware abgelenkt und 3 Tage später bist du
Rise forward.
abgesenkt. Tick, tack, die Zeit vergeht. Lass die Zeit doch einfach
Exhale. Swing it out. And bring it up.
Reset.
Exhale. Swing it out. And find up.
Reset.
Exhale. Swing it up. And rise up. Smell. Walk it in place. Coming to the front of your mat if you're not there already. And bend those knees. Let your tailbone go back. Let your heels come up. Stretching through the feet. Remind yourself of those healthy hand positions. Pointer fingers forward. Elbows back. And lift the tail. One more time, walking through that forward fold. Dropping those heels. Soften your knees and reach out to your flat back. Sit back, feeling your thighs power up. And swim. Through the front and open. And through the front. Inhale. Drop your head down. Zip up to your left. Square those hips, twisting your shoulders. Exhale, drop it down. Zip it up to your right. Exhale, center. Drop your hips, roll it up. Knees and toes together. Awkward chair. Reach your tailbone back and drop your spine low. Both hands go down, elbows back, hop it back to your plank. Woo! Come to side plank. My new mat is super slippery because I haven't washed it out yet. So forgive me if I slide today. Inside. Come center. Lower down. Inhale, rise. Exhale down. Press back to your child's pose. Let's stretch out those wrists. Thank you to the mystery gift giver who sent this mat to me. Yay! It's awesome! Exhale, curve on up, big breath. Exhale. Pull those thighs together. Swim it open to your left. And let's gently lengthen the thighs. So don't go extreme here yet. Be careful of your lower back. But just checking in with your knees. Come on up. Check that other side. Opening the thigh. Open to your left. Gently lengthen the thighs. Don't go extreme here yet. Be careful of your lower back. Coming back center. Slide those hands forward. Come into your cobra. Let's move through our cobra today. So we're going to exhale down. We're going to inhale over to your left, leading with your crown of your head. Inhale it up. Dive down in the center. And inhale up to your right. See if we can start with a figure eight. We're going to inhale over to your left. Dive down in the center. And you can choose whether to keep these as little baby cobras or if you want to come all the way up and down. One more time each side. Legs together, rising to your downward dog. One more time. Good breath. Take your legs as wide as your hips or as wide as your mat and sway side to side today. Sway. Sway in your downward dog. Come with your hands off the mat if you'd like. Sway with your hands off the mat. And then inhale up to flat back. Centering your legs together. Remember, centering is one of your yogic principles from Donna Farsi. Exhale, soften those knees forward. Big squat, reach forward. Keep centering, your thighs are pulling together, arms come back. Grasp your hands together behind your back and lift your hands past your head. Dropping the skull and dropping the tailbone. If you're ready, inhale, lengthen the tailbone skyward. Release that head. Hands to your tailbone and slide forward. Back to that downward dog. Shoulders back. Go ahead and place your right hand in the middle and twist, spiral to your left. Exhale, switch your hands, spiral to your right through the spine. You're in a wide downward dog with a revolve towards the. Alright, your right hand's to the sky. Big breath in, lengthen, radiate. Exhale, take that right hand all the way down. Thread the needle underneath the left arm and find your left ankle. Big deep breaths in that twist. Replace your left hand with your right hand. Inhale, spiral twist. Exhale, thread the needle. Send your left hand underneath your right armpit and across to your right leg. And then look underneath your own right armpit. Walk those hands back to your downward dog. Clump your feet together or walk them. Find your plank. Chaturanga Vinyasa. From your downward dog, bend everything to come to puppy pose. Hop it forward. Spread those arms out to the sides to come to flat back. Exhale, bend the knees. Soften your chest and roll back up. Downward dog, bend everything to come to puppy pose. Come back to Tadasana with your eyes closed. Exhale, bend the knees. Taking a little inventory, shoulders down.
Take me down, 6 underground.
Release those arms and slide onto your left leg. Right knee's going to come on up. Go ahead and find it with your hands. Open that leg to the side. Find your center. Taking the outside of that foot, you want to try and lay it into the crease of your thigh if possible. If not, it's okay if you're a little hanging out here. We're working on balance today rather than worrying about straight leg and legs height. Drop that knee down towards the earth and think about squeezing your thighs towards each other and your heart up and forward. Now the more that knee presses open back, that's how you get free hands here. Release that foot. Reach it out wide. We're going to swirl to it. Big breath in. Good. Swirl back. Exhale, center. And open. And swirl down. So we're going from star to star. Let yourself be creative and playful with your arms. So anywhere you want to add to this or not, let yourself play. Swirl down. Star to star. Come center and roll those shoulders. Add to the ground. And show up on your right leg. Lifting up your knees. Come center and roll those shoulders. Even hips as you center. Finding that foot. Drop your knee. And show up on your right leg. Squeezing that leg open. Where's my balance today, friends? I don't know. That's okay. Big breath. Release. Then reach. Drop your head. Rise up. Find star. Exhale. Drop your head. Rise up. Find star. And down. In the center. Rise up. To your star. Reach away. Find your last star. Come back center. Reach away. Breath in. Find your last stop. Reach forward, let your knees come forward. Draw your belly in, let your heels come off. Come back center. Find your way down, squeeze those legs together for balance. Reaching your arms up if you still got it. Knees come forward. Draw your belly and palms down so you can hop it out. Knees down. Lower to chaturanga, but modified chaturanga, so your elbows are by your ribs. All the way down. Inhale, cobra, or upward dog, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. We're going to slide right arm out and look over our left shoulder, just experiencing a juicy spinal twist in the lower back. So I'm pressing with my left hand. And switch. Really let your right hip be heavy down to the floor and your right shoulder goes back. Both legs together. Pull your thighs back together if you lost them. Lift up that core. Press up. Downward dog. Walk it forward. And forward fold. Hug those legs. Drop your head completely. Let it go. Start to feel the groove. Softening your hips. Come on up. Slow, gentle bounce. Roll those shoulders. Hug those legs. Drop your head completely. Let it go. Big breath in. Start to feel the groove. Exhale. Right leg comes up to your tree. Come on up. Slow, gentle bounce. Find your pelvis square. Big breath in. Hands to namaste. Reach underneath your right thigh. Keep sending your hips back as your leg comes forward on the 45-degree angle, even though it looks like it's to the side. Exhale, bring it in. Take it down. Switch sides. Right leg standing. Find your tree. Bus stop A would be down here on the floor. B is on the calf. Remember, we never press sideways on the knee. C is just above the knee. D is all the way up at the top of your thigh. And remember, you're counterbalancing the weight of that leg by sending your hip over to the side. Find your breath. Let it come forward. Your hip is going away. Send it down. Switch. Come back. Find that tree again. I'm going to save this song for later. Send it down. Take that tree leg. We're going to extend it again. This time you might stay with your hand under the thigh. You might switch to the calf, ankle, heel, or big toe. Remember to use your core and squeezing your tailbone down towards the earth to help you balance. Press into the earth. Soften that leg. Switch sides. Final tree with your left leg. Find your stillness. Decide where you're going to hold on today. If bring that hip down to earth.
Alright, ready?
And soften. Bring it together. Big breath in. And throw it away. Big breath in. Woo! And like a wave, throw it down and whoosh. Coming up, swell the arms and whee! Find your balance. Reach it out. Pop it back. And lower chaturanga vinyasa. On your knees or on your feet, your choice. Come into your downward dog. If you wanted to cool it down and come down to your child's pose instead, that's welcome. Go ahead and lift your left leg up. Keeping those hips parallel first. Opening up that thigh. And bring the leg down. Go ahead and lift. Step it through. Finding high lunge with your left leg forward. Opening up that thigh. And bring the leg down. Pour that cool water down your spine. Find the floor with both hands. Drop your knee down to the earth and point the toe behind you. We're going to wave back and forth. Pulling the hips back, curling your spine like the cat pose. I'm going to keep my back leg tucked as I shift into this forward fold with my left leg. Turn for you. So my right leg is waved back and forth. And inhale, curl up. Shift forward, low lunge. Open up. Gonna go back and forth. Inhale, curl. Touch the toe and exhale. Stretch your head to your toes. Big breath. Curl, roll it back and forward. Inhale, curl. Touch the toe and exhale. Stretch your head to your toes. Big breath. Big breath. All right, shift it forward to both legs. Find your pyramid pose, which is both legs straight if you can, square hips. Lift your back heel up and bend the knee to dip your hips further back in space. Big deep stretch in that left leg. We're going to change your back leg to open and open the hips. And we're going to bend both legs to walk up to your triangle. I'm going to get flat. Hips are square. Find your triangle. Now if you feel really tight in the legs here, there's a couple ways to address it. One is building your strength. So we keep the hips flat with the shoulders for sure, but you could choose to stay up and build this core strength. Feeling a big stretch in the outside of this hip is what lets you come over. And your hand can be anywhere except for right on the knee. So above or below is fine. If you want to experiment with coming over and resting a little deeper, you can soften the legs just a little bit as long as you keep pressing this bottom hip forward underneath you and opening your top hip and your rib cage. There we go. Find your breath. Exhale, bring your hands together and back to your high lunge. Step together. Bring your thighs together as you step. And inhale up.
Exhale, bring your
Exhale, soften.
back to your
Reaching out with a flat back through your awkward chair to come back upright.
Your thighs together as you step.
Taking your palms back down to your lower back. Tuck your tailbone underneath and rise up with the heart, shoulders back, long back of the neck. So it's an upward reaching bow back, but we're not collapsing. Instead, we're expanding. See if you can really feel your lower abdominal while doing work here. Inhale, coming back up and over. Right leg goes back, high lunge. Take it down to the floor. And walk your hands to the inside of the left leg and come down to your elbow. Both hands back up. Pull your weight back. Now you have your hand by your left foot. You're going to use your right hand by your right knee and lift that leg up. And then play. Where can you take that leg? Maybe it's super bent, that's fine. Notice how shifting your weight back gives you a little more freedom. Placing left foot back in front. We're going to pass through Hanuman. So we're going to shift our weight forward through low lunge, through high lunge. Dropping your shoulders, lifting your right leg up in the air. Look at the floor. Left foot back in front. And bend right leg in. Soften those knees. Roll up. Dropping your shoulders, lifting your right leg up in the air. Coming back center. Look at the floor. Hands to namaste. Take your hands to your heart and find stillness. Fill your heartbeat. Fill your heartbeat with breath. Let yourself start to move. Whatever feels good. With your eyes closed, feel your feet, feel your spine. Find your breath. Let your arms float. There's no wrong, there's no right. You're just being with that natural body. Gather yourself back center. Big breath in. Exhale. There's no wrong, there's no right. Reach forward, knees forward, arms forward, head forward, tail back, heels up, you lower. Back set. Big breath in. Find the floor. Drop your head into your knees, let your calves and your feet stretch. Reach forward, knees forward, head. Hop it back. Lower.
Au-dessus de ta couche, des fleurs et des dentelles pour que tes nuits soient douces. Je te promets la clé des secrets de mon âme. Je te promets.
Right leg rises, keep it square.
Je te promets le feu à la place des âmes.
And step right leg forward, high lunge. Roll it on up.
J'y crois comme à la terre.
Circle with the arm. Inhaling as you gather that cool water in your hands. Exhale as you drop it all over your spine.
Je te promets une histoire différente des autres. J'ai tant besoin d'y croire encore.
Let yourself come down and drop the left knee down. Let your weight sink and yield into the mat. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift those hips up and exhale into a right leg stretch. Inhale, curl it forward. Exhale, back to low lunge. Inhale, back. Reach your top of your skull to your big toes. And inhale up and forward. Inhale back. Lengthen through that spine. Inhale, curling it back. Tuck that toe. Find a place to hold on to your leg. Bust up A. Just play with the leg. You could take it all the way to the side for fun and adventure. You could take it nice and low and just find softness in the joints. Maybe it stays down, that's fine. Maybe it opens all the way to your chest. Take it back, front. Shift forward. One more deep stretch in low lunge. Square it off. High lunge. Shift it forward. Step together. One more deep stretch. Heels together. Soften legs. Reach it forward. And reach out to rise up. High lunge. Taking your hands back to your lower back. Soften the knees. Tuck the pelvis underneath. And reach up with your heart. Reach it forward. Finding your breath. Out to rise up. Back to your lower back. Inhale, hands up. Back on down. Big breath in. Right leg goes back again.
We have to move on.
Go ahead down to that low lunge. Back on down.
Let the past
Lift the hips up. Exhale, step it forward. Into honeymoon. Lifting your right leg skyward, dropping your head towards your knees. Lift out of that leg.
We simply have to let it go.
Exhale, thighs together. Bring it all back home. Drop your head. Big little space between your feet. Grab the opposite elbows and sway side to side. Let your spine near knees. Imagine a trickle, a little small waterfall rolling down your spine, down the back of your neck and dripping off the back of your head. Let it go.
Never as good.
Imagine a trickle, heel toe, we're back together. Small waterfall rolling. And slide your left foot back to your pyramid pose. Big deep breaths. And lifting your back heel and bending that knee, taking your pelvis back in time and space. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend back leg. And lifting your back heel and bending that knee, taking your pelvis back. And inhale, straighten. Turn your left leg out, so your back leg's out. Soften both knees to find your way up to your triangle. Lift up. And everybody find the reaching, strengthening version where you're floating that torso revolving from the pelvis, reaching support with both legs into the floor, lengthening through that spine. And then find a place for your hands and work on a deeper revolve or a deeper stretch. Find what your challenge is for today and stay with it.
A little bit more today,
Big breath.
a bit more day by day. Girl, you set my soul at ease.
Bring that hand down. Stay with it.
The sweet,
Slide your back leg out a little further.
never as sweet
Warrior 2, cartwheel yourself on up.
without the sound.
Palms above your feet is ideal. Exhale, elbows down, and top arm reaches the same line. The hand, the shoulder, the hip, the heel.
The sweet,
Exhale, walk it through center, switch sides. Come up, warrior 2. Warrior 2. Find your breath. Your drishti is your focal point. It's off in the distance for your warrior 2. I like to imagine I'm gazing at a sunset way out there. Big breath in. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. Side angle pose. Your drishti is your focal point. It's off in the distance for your warrior 2. I like to imagine I'm gazing at a sunset. And drop it down in the center. Come back to the first side you were on with warrior 2. Taking your hand, your top hand, which is your left, I believe. You know what? Now that I'm facing the front, I'm going to switch sides. Your left hand, drop that hand behind your hips. Find your thigh, or just your lower back is fine. So you're in side angle pose with a grip. You're feeling feisty, you can drop your hand to the floor in side angle. Feeling feisty, but I'm also sliding. Here we go. Okay. Option to do full bind. Everybody release your hands for a second and find your hands on the floor. And your right leg is bent. Feeling feisty, but I'm also sliding. You're gonna hop that left long straight leg in underneath your core. Boop. And from there, you're gonna stand up onto it and catch that. out in the center. Reaching forward last time, lowering to the floor. And drop your chest over and just let your back drape heavy down towards your heels and your head, neck, and shoulders fall forward. Take your knees to the floor for a moment and adjust your hands so they're directly underneath your shoulders. Remember, pointer fingers forward should look like 2 L's in front of your face on the floor. Wiggle those elbows like chicken wings and squeeze them in towards each other and lengthen the back of your neck long. Bend your elbows. Go ahead and put your head on the floor. Make friends with the floor. Hello, floor, let's be friends. If it's okay with your neck, put your chin on the floor and slide your hands out, opening your chest. If it's not quite comfortable in your neck, then press up a little bit. And think about widening your shoulder blades. Widen them. Hello, floor, let's be friends. If it's okay with your neck, open that heart. And bring it back. Rock back. Think about widening your shoulder blades. And make your knees become friends with your elbows. Hello, knees. Hello, underarms. So you can do the crow one of 2 ways. You can either place your knees directly into your armpits and sort of the very uppermost part of your inner back arm. Or you can do it with your knees wide. So it's a parallel or wide, yeah? I like the wide one better, so that's what I'm going to teach today. But if you know what you're doing and you want to do both, you can do either one. Okay, so I'm going to let my knees go wide. And remember, anytime my knees go wide, my toes go with my knees, yes? Turn a little bit to the side here. So my heels are still pretty close together because I'm definitely going to use my inner thigh strength to pull in. In fact, why doesn't everybody try that? I want you to squeeze your legs. Your knees are going to stay pointing out, but I want you to squeeze your undercarriage, really, your root chakra, your belly lock, and squeeze those legs in while you're holding your knees back. And feel that lift. Yeah, that lift is part of the energy you're going to use here. But first, we're just going to tap our head on the floor. 2 hands on the floor, about a foot apart. Tap your skull in front of them. Let your knees go to the floor and just feel that. Yeah? Not so scary. The floor is not so scary when you meet it first. So I'm going to hunker down in between my thighs. I'm going to go ahead and widen them a little bit. I'm going to drop my elbows low so that my thighs are already touching the upper back of my arms. And I'm going to reach my head. Really, I'm thinking out, forward, in front of myself. And that's how I transfer my weight from down here, back above my hips, to being over above my hands. Elbows squeezed together. It's totally fine to spend your first year in this pose with like 1 toe down half the time. It's fine, fine, fine. But think lean forward. And if you start to fall forward, remember, it's just the floor. Your head already met it. You're acquainted. It's okay. Yeah. Shift your weight forward. Squeeze together. So I'm definitely squeezing my inner thighs against those elbows. 3rd try. Take it back. And slide your hands out. Wide knee child's pose. So you're pushing your pelvis back. Your knees are wide, and go ahead and sway. Let those inner thighs open, walking halfway forward and circling the pelvis above the floor. Notice how tight your hip flexors are. Maybe they're not. That would be amazing. I would be so happy for you. Come back with your weight and now flip your wrists over and stretch those wrists out. Resting your head on the mat. So So your knuckles are on the earth and you're pressing your forearms past your knuckles. See if you can yield here. Letting your inner thighs and your hip flexors release. Letting your wrists release. Letting go. Your knuckles are on the earth and you're pressing your forearms past your knuckles. See if you can yield here. Letting your inner thighs and your hip flexors release. Letting your wrists release. Gently walk your hands back. Bring those knees underneath you. Thighs together. And gently walk your hands back and now open those thighs up. If your wrists are tired, you can absolutely use your fists here. And we're going to just try and open those hips by circling the pelvis. Thinking about keeping our pelvic floor and our belly lock engaged, so we're not just sticking our ribs out and open here, but a little bit of engagement so that we're supporting the lower back as we wind around. Resting those hips. Go ahead and come back to your buns and hug those legs. One more breath here. Go ahead and open your right thigh and stretch your left leg out forward. Come square. So this one's square. My one more breath here. Leg is a right angle to my pelvis. But when you do this stretch, most of us kind of go towards the bent leg and twist. I want you to hold it square for me, friends. Right on down. Totally okay for this knee to be bent, but let's add some motion to it. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little better. Big breath in with that chest. Exhale, wave it out. 4 times before we go into the stretch. Inhale, lift up like you're a sail or a sheet, lifting up with a bunch of air. Whoosh. One more. Exhale down. Last one. Fill up with air. Exhale, lean it out into your stretch. Hang tight. Think about this, your left leg. Think about that left leg pulling back in space so that it stays square. Inhale, lift your chest just a little bit. And scooch to the outside of that leg, reaching down on the outside of your left leg. Bring it on up. And now take that leg and open it wide. So you're going to rest in the middle here. Big breath in. And let's float down like a leaf. And when you get towards the floor, let your tailbone point to the back of the room and just sway your whole body. Left, right, letting go of whatever it is. And let that sway get smaller and smaller, so that you're releasing into slowness in the middle of that stretch.
When it's over and the heart breaks and the cracks begin to show.
So that you're releasing into slowness in the middle of that stretch. From that big stretch, reach over to your long leg and open. Exhale down to the center. Come all the way up. From that big stretch, reach over to your long leg and your right leg goes forward. Soft knees are fine. Filling up with breath. Exhale. Filling up with breath. Exhale. 2 more. Big breath in, shift your body outside of that leg and drop down just outside of that leg.
You speak softly, we are cups of energy.
Shift your body outside of that leg and drop down just outside of that leg. Inhaling back up. Open that leg to the side. Find your length. Sway it down. Stroke the floor. Let it get small and still. Breath gets deeper and deeper. Find your stillness. Walking yourself over to the leg, opening onto that side. Letting your head drop to the side. Walking yourself over to the leg. Take your arm back around to the front. Drawing both legs in. Find your way to center. And hold on to your legs and rock side to side on your way down to Shavasana. And when you get to Shavasana, before you stretch your legs long, let your knees softly rock side to side, letting the floor massage your pelvis. Get slowing that letting your legs stretch down long. Letting your palms rotate out so that your chest rests upwards. Your heart opening like petals of a flower. Picture in your mind a lotus flower, maybe just a succulent, something that seems everyday and yet miraculous dropping open your arms and letting go. Inhale into that blossom. Exhale, dropping open your shoulders, letting it go. Inhale into your center, filling up those petals with oxygen, and let them drop wide open. Let your hip bones expand like open unfurling to the side. Inhale, expanding through the muscles of your torso into the thighs. And let your thighs unfurl, let them spread, let them take up room. Give them love to be as soft and open as they can be. And let your breath lengthen from your knees, through your thighs, through your pelvis, through that lower back, widening across your shoulders, down your forearms, out your fingertips. And let each exhale spread that warmth wide, open. Give in to the acceptance and compassion through yourself, beyond yourself. Letting that compassion go out to your fellow classmates wherever they are. And breathing their compassion for you in. Acceptance and love from me, from your classmates. letting it in.